Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel for another episode of Jonesin for the Dub. We are so excited for you to continue to tune into our rookie season. Thank you for being here. So let's get into it with the Weekly W. So first of all, hot off the presses, girl, if you did not know, the Paris Olympics are literally approaching. So of course, we got to hear of the USA basketball teams that were announced for the 5-on-5 team as well as the 3-on-3 team, and we are so excited. I first of all want to say congratulations to these ladies. They worked so hard to make this team, to make these rosters, so congratulations to them. And before we get further into it, here are the rosters for the 5-on-5 team as well as the 3-on-3 team.
Like to say we do know of the horrible news that Cam Brink has torn her ACL, which leaves her out for the rest of the WNBA season as well as for the Olympics, as she was one of the people named to the 3-on-3 roster. We just want to give Cameron a special shout out because she is such a special player. We are so excited to see her play with this rookie class, but please get well soon and we'll see you next season.
I just want to give a shout out to especially the beautiful reactions that we got to see of these ladies learning that they had made these rosters, especially the 5-on-5 teams, but also the 3-on-3 team. But I want to give a special shout out to people like Kalia Copper, because girl, I had my tissue. I was just crying when you started crying. I loved it. Alyssa Thomas calling her mom. I love seeing Sabrina Ionescu. Also, Kelsey Plum was just a boohoo and crying. I love to see it. It was so heartfelt. I just think it kind of speaks to how much this means to these ladies. They worked so hard to get here to be able to represent our country and play basketball, the sport that they love, the sport they're paid to do. So I'm so happy for them. And it's so heartfelt also to remember that they're humans going through human things, celebrating these wins. So we're excited to cheer y'all on for Team USA in the upcoming Olympics, period. And while we're giving a congratulations to all these wonderful people that are making the women's national team for 5-on-5 and 3-on-3, we gotta give a special shout out to who Brittany Griner calls a fossil, Diana Taurasi, at the age of 42 years old, making this team for the 6th time, which she is the first basketball player ever to make it to 6 Olympic Games. Congratulations, Diana. If that's a fossil, maybe I want to be one. I don't know, but I know that's right, girl. You did that. At 42, girl, I'd be sitting on my bed, rubbing my feet together. I love to see it. So congratulations to you. And speaking of fossil, and y'all want to call DT too old to be playing, even I've said it in the past 4, I apologize. But Diana Taurasi is also the first basketball player ever to have the most 20-point-plus games over the age of 40. And y'all talking about DT needs to slow down. I don't think she's slowing down anytime soon, girl. You will always be known in this game as one of the greatest players we've ever seen. So we have to give you your flowers. Congratulations, truly. Let's talk about the Caitlin snub. I did air quotes because technically she did not get snubbed by Team USA. I know people think she did. However, there are many factors as to why Caitlin Clark did not make the USA basketball team. I'm pulling these directly from the selection committee. I'm not making these up on my own. Again, we state things in facts and research. And before we get into it, I want to shoot another disclaimer for the people who swear after I say this I'm a Caitlin hater. Never hated Caitlin Clark. We've said in multiple episodes that we don't. I'm just letting you know the facts surrounding this. Caitlin's a great player. We'll probably see her in the 2028 Olympics, but for this team, she was not meant to be on the roster. And here's a couple of reasons why. First of all, if you did not know, earlier in this year, Iowa made it all the way to the national championship game in the NCAA women's basketball tournament. So because of that, Caitlin was not able to attend the training camp to make this team this year. It is very crucial for these players to be at these training camps to show that they can play for the team, can play with these players that are trying out for the team as well, and can make the roster. It was not Caitlin's fault that Iowa made it so, well, I mean, kind of her fault, in a good way. She was playing well so that Iowa could continue to win and make it to the national championship game. But because of that, she was unable to attend the training camps and she could not make the team. Another reason is a lot of these women, if not all of these women actually, they have national team experience with Team USA, whether it was in the FIBA World Cup and the previous Olympics, previous 3-on-3 tournaments. Every single player on this team has that type of experience, but a lot of these women also were on that Tokyo team in the 2020 Olympics. You cannot then sub out Caitlin Clark, who has not played with them, has not had the same opportunities as them on these teams. You cannot sub her out for these players, sadly, and that's what the selection committee said. It was way more about the experience. People have already been a part of these teams, because I'm sure people are going to talk about, well, what about Cam Brink? She's a rookie. What about Haley Van Lith? She's not even in the W yet. Cam Brink and Haley Van Lith were literally on the 3-on-3 team for the FIBA World Cup that won gold. That experience is literally parallels this experience for the Olympics. That was important to the selection committee. So it's not about the marketability of Caitlin Clark. Hell yeah, she's marketable, but it wasn't about marketability. It was about the best players who could represent Team USA, and it was way more about experience according to the selection committee. But even Caitlin herself said she's not mad at it. She's looking forward to getting better, to working on her game outside of it, and hopefully attending the 2028 Olympics. So there it is, where the Caitlin snub. She really wasn't snubbed. These wonderful ladies are going to represent Team USA whether you like it or not, so hopefully you can support it, but I'm sure we'll see Caitlin in the next Olympics. That's all we got to say about it, okay? And if you think, again, that this is the reason you can hate on these ladies, call them out about not being able to be marketable to the game, they're not better than Caitlin, if you bring racism and misogyny like a lot of these new fans and Caitlin Clark fans have been doing in her name that she hasn't even been doing, if you don't believe it, that when I say it, when Rebecca Lobo, all these other analysts say it, fine, hear it from your fave, because literally this week she said it is not right for you to use her name to do these different things, but you can hear it for yourself.
You know, everybody in our world, deserves the same amount of respect. The women on our league deserve the same amount of respect. So people should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. It's not acceptable. But yeah, some of the women in this league were my biggest idols and role models growing up, and helped me want to achieve this moment right here that I get to play in every single night. Just be a kind person and treat them how you would want to be treated, and I think it's very simple.
And if you want to call me like some of y'all did on our last video, hater, and I'm bringing up this rhetoric and da. Caitlin said it ain't right. Your fave said y'all need to stop. So maybe you should probably hit the pause button like we've been saying for the past weeks, months, years, whatever, for especially this season. And with that, let's move on to Glam Dunk. So, this is one of our favorite segments, Glam Dunk, where we give a shout out to especially the fashion that all of these players are giving to us this season. It is absolutely immaculate. But we'll be doing a disservice if we did not start with the WNBA Rolling Stone story that included Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, aka Stewie, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, and Diana Taurasi. Oh my gosh. The fits, the colors, the photo shoot itself. I was in awe when I saw this. Look at these outfits, y'all. Look at the angles, and also for Rolling Stone to cover the WNBA in the way that it should be. I thought it was a beautifully written article covering all these players, and I think that it was just everything they were given with the basketballs, but also the fashion. It was giving duality in the best way, and every single one of them looked amazing. So shout out to y'all, shout out to Rolling Stone, because y'all looked amazing. Period. We love to see it. Outside of Rolling Stone, we had to give a shout out to just a few more players that were really giving us the ton of fits this past week. First, we have to start off with Olivia Nelson-Ododo with the Connecticut Sun. Olivia? First of all, anytime Olivia puts on an outfit, she looks like a freaking model, and I need to look like that. I absolutely love to see it. But the denim, the blue on blue look, you look absolutely beautiful, Olivia. So we had to put you in Glam Dunk, okay? And next we have actually one of her former teammates, Miss Nika Mule with the Seattle Storm. Nika with the low-rise jeans. It was the boots for me too, because girl, I loved your outfit. As soon as I saw Seattle tweeted her outfit, I was like, Glam Dunk, Nika, absolutely. Nika got that visa approved, and she's been on our necks ever since. I can't breathe. I just can't breathe, and I don't want to breathe. It's okay, I have an inhaler, that's fine. Just keep going, Nika. We love to see it. And next we have from the Dallas Wings, Kalani Brown. I think This fit that I love on Kalani so much is just because it's so comfortable and she looks absolutely gorgeous. So I just think we had to give her a shout out for being such a tall babe and also rocking that fit so snug. The body was bodying. It was giving hourglass, period. To be giving us that before you go play a game, I know that's right. Be comfy and cute, period. And lastly, we have to give a shout out to Dee Richards with the Washington Mystics. And speaking of the Mystics, shout out to y'all for getting your first win of the season over the Atlanta Dream. We love to see it. And Dee was rocking this amazing outfit, the black with the white in the top. Girl, Dee already so drop dead gorgeous. So anything looks good on her, but I absolutely loved your outfit. Truly, truly, truly beautiful. So shout out to all of y'all who are part of our Glam Dunk this week. If you think we missed anyone or someone you want to see next week, let us know in the comments, but we'll definitely keep an eye out on these fits because again, the girls are giving and we love to see it. But that's all we have for Glam Dunk today. Before we move on to our closing out or anything like that, we have to give you some of our highly anticipated upcoming games. We have on Sunday, the 23rd, the New York Liberty at the Atlanta Dream. This one we thought is so highly anticipated just because the Atlanta Dream is a team who's really come into their own this season. They're having that team chemistry and they are beating some of the biggest teams in the league. They beat the Aces. So this is going to be a good battle because the Liberty is also one of the top 5 teams in the league. And so they're going to be battling out, especially because they're playing Atlanta at home. You ain't gonna want to miss Ryan Howard going against Brianna Stewart, going against Sabrina Ionescu, going against Ariel. I could just keep going on. That game is gonna be at 3 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN 3. So again, that won't be available on your league pass. Remember, when games are on ESPN, you can only watch it there. So make sure, don't log into league passes, girl. You ain't gonna be able to watch. It's gonna be on TV. And if you don't, you can look through Hulu Live TV if you have that ESPN package, or even sometimes ABC will also be able to have you link to that game, but don't be logged into your league pass. ESPN 3, major broadcast network. We want to get those views up, so make sure to tune into that one, okay? And lastly, we have on Tuesday, June 25th, as I mentioned in our last episode, the Commissioner's Cup has been going on for the past 2 weeks for the league, and the 25th is the championship game. The WNBA announced that the Minnesota Lynx will be playing the New York Liberty for this game. Also, the New York Liberty are the Commissioner Cup defending champions, so this is going to be a battle with the Minnesota Lynx also being one of the top teams in the league. I have a very fun prediction, as I've given in the past, of who I think is going to win this game. I live in New York. I love the New York Liberty. I think they're a great team. But the way the Minnesota Lynx are going through teams right now, are continuing to battle and beat teams right now, I feel like their momentum is pretty nonstop at the moment. So I think the Minnesota Lynx are going to take this game. I'm not going to hold you. And if they do, we're going to be dancing at the end because, as y'all know, they do literally the electric slide at the end of every single game that they win at home. So sorry, Liberty. Sorry, Ellie. I also want to talk about something that did open up this week that's really, really important for especially the WNBA fans. It is now time to start voting for the All-Star Game. The All-Star Game is going to take place in Phoenix, Arizona, where the Mercury play on July 20th. And every year, the WNBA opens up for the fans on the WNBA app for them to pick your favorite players and to vote them into the All-Star Game. So, of course, the people with the most votes will get into that game. And then it'll be a battle of, this year it's gonna be Team USA versus Team WNBA, which will be really fun to see. But usually it's East versus West, but I'm excited to see this different format. And these ladies, unlike the NBA All-Star Game, these ladies actually show up and play a good game of basketball. So I think it's gonna be really, really fun to see. I will say I kind of have a little controversial take on the All-Star voting. While I did vote, and you can vote daily, again, in the app, every single day they'll put a clock for you for 24 hours where you can vote again. But I do wish that they did leave the All-Star voting up to the experts, similar to how they leave the MVP voting up to the experts. No shade to the fans, but most of us, including myself, are just gonna pick our faves, and it's a popularity contest seemingly instead of who's the best on the court. And sometimes I wish that we could just see who's the best on the court, who has the best numbers, playing and battling out, whether it's the rookies or the vets coming together. But I digress. I'm gonna still do my voting. I hope you do as well. But that's all we have for the All-Star voting. Make sure to just keep it updated. Follow WNBA for more updates on who's in it, what, when, and where, things like that. All right, y'all. So that's all we have for you today on Jonesin for the Dub. Thank you again for tuning in to our channel. And while you're here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Hit that little notification bell so you can see when we drop our episodes. That notification will come right to your phone, okay? And of course, make sure to follow us on all of our socials at Jonesin for the Dub on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Bye, y'all. That's it. Oh my gosh. Effing and nasty. Okay, sorry.